I'm Kayla Justin. I'm a poet. I act, and I try to sing. God gives, but He doesn't give it all. He gives you parts of things. You can't have everything. So I'm going to do a poem for you. It's about teenage mothers. I wrote it 2015 because back then it was very rare to have a teenage mother, if I may. And most of the times, if you're seen as a teenage girl and you're pregnant, most people think, oh, she was naughty, or oh, she asked for it. But sometimes you don't ask for it. It's given to you. And sometimes it's your family member, your relative, so you can't really get them arrested because of the doctrines and whatever, but then it's something that happens. So the piece is called How I Met Your Father. It's a teenage girl telling her child how she met her daddy. Okay. They say that it gets better with time. They tell you hold your head up, you'll be fine. But tell me, how would you know? How would you know? Oh, oh. How would you know? How would you know? How would you know? How I Met Your Father. I have approximately 4 years, 6 months, and a couple of weeks to cook up a water-sealed story that I will tell the little jelly bean growing in my belly. Well, I will coax her with little white lies to protect her innocent, frail mind from the dark truth, and vehemently spin it to assure that it won't protrude. This is how I met your father. Oh, I'm trying, but I just can't think of a lie. If it's a girl, I hope she won't trace the same plot of footsteps, stalking her on her way from a lovely church service. Or have her favorite purple dress, which is at least a quarter-inch below the knee, ripped to shreds by an anonymous man. I hate that at 17, instead of having Katy Perry teenage dreams, I'm vexed and perplexed each night about what to say to a child, and I'm still a child. And they say, oh, it's gonna get better, but does it really? Because the more I bear it, the more heavier it feels. Till it happens to you, you won't know how it feels. Until it happens to you, you know it won't be real. I'm done. I'm not a teenager, by the way, I'm 20. My second piece is called If I Could, I Would. This one is also about teenage pregnancy. I'm guilty. But it's about a girl who thought she was in love. She thought she had found the one. She thought he was going to marry her. She thought he was the best thing that had ever happened, and she got a jelly bean, and he's nowhere to be found. Okay. That's a jelly bean. Yes. So if the hands of time could be turned, I would clock back to that day. The day it all began. Trace back my steps to when I took the wrong turn, turned right to avoid what might result in my future's end. If I did so then, I wouldn't have called you Bae. Maybe I should have listened to my Aunt May, not let prejudice get in the way, understood that each time you said you loved shorter skirts, it wasn't because they fit me best, but because thanks to them, your lust-driven thirst was quenched. No wonder your Ben's friend sipped on whiskey every weekend, said how how your alcoholic sense been mistook for classic swag. Had every girl lining up to slay you next. If memories could be erased, I'd blur out your name. Forget how you made me a deviate, deflected my morals, eroded me to a woman of scarlet, leaving by your pocket, dependent on your wallet. Said how that money bag can't fit the baby you made. Called me babe till I landed on your bed. I'm done. Now for my last piece, I'm going to have to call the real Kimoe. I didn't want to do it, but Kimoe just come.
Oh, that's Kimoe.
Yes, that's Kimoe. Imagine. This one is about societal standards. How there are a lot of things that society expects from a little child, and the way they push them onto us, these expectations. Yeah, that's what the piece is about. I hope you enjoy it. Should take this off. Help. Thank you. I'm done. The piece is called 5 Punches. 5 punches groomed me, and they fled in a horrifying sequence, and I stood static as one in the forefront of the battle. Lo, I was haughty, lady of valor, and with every ounce of my strength I contained all that propelled me rumble in defiance. The first punch literally blew me. Like a gush of wind, it threw me off my already stuck feet like gravity felt weak and used all its allies to subdue me. The first was the unintended hate. They sit like a lady and act like one. The stomach in, chest out, all is watching, you can never slouch. See, the first will have you think that all you will ever be is a helper. Helper meaning I come second, right? Helper meaning that my role is to support another's purpose. See, a helper toils in the shadows and receives none of the applause. Pause, the second punch shifted my jaw. Claimed I'm rude to dare to talk. What opinion could my mouth ever hold? See, a helper's role is to listen, to be understanding that another person will only err if you fail to do your part. Apologize to the rapist. Your miniskirt initiates the rape. Apologize for violent abuser because your running mouth causes their fury. What did they say about that mouth? Hush, don't speak, hush, shut up. You look prettier as a mime. The third punch is one that I believe is the worst. And yet, aren't they all? Pitch me against my sister. Force this goal to turn to mini brawls and oh my goodness, we can never reach the top at the same time because how dare another she surpass you? How dare another being of the same making as you surpass you? You're only great when you prove that she is not. Because if you reach the top at the same time, you'll realize that this is all just a ploy of toil and discontent. The fourth punch opened my eyes. Servitude, scorn, at what cost? What more needs to be lost? All the way from self-esteem and silent scoffs, I learned to love myself a little more. The fifth punch is the one that I will put right across your face to remind you that I am a fighter, the one that you raise with fists unending, and I am not willing to back down. So apologies if I don't lack grace and etiquette, but